morning, everybody. Oh, look we got some Bloody Berries here.
Yes,
Way
we
to
do.
start out a Sunday. It's great for brunch.
With a cocktail spinner.
Right? That is hilarious. Oh my gosh, she is swinging her garnish, swinging it around. Yeah, so OMG Bloody Marys, they do all the mixing for you, which is awesome. Perfectly mixed alcohol, the spices, the tomato juice, all in that one bottle.
All
How about
in
it?
there. Love it. All right. We got to learn some things about aging today, right?
Okay, yes, I wanted to share this. This is fascinating because I think you think aging is this continuous process. So every year you get another year on the calendar, older kind of thing. But apparently new research suggests that it is not one long continuous process that moves at the same speed throughout our lives. Instead, the body seems to shift gears 3 times during our lifespan. So in terms of biological aging, the key thresholds are, what age do you think it starts at?
I think early 20, like 26.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a moment in your life you wake up and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I look older.
I personally thought that they would do like puberty, adolescence. I think is the single biggest change in the body. But they say 34, 60, and 78.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some time in between right now.
A lot of people after the holidays probably feel like now is when they're aging.
Well, that's
right?
interesting. So are you supposed to see a marked difference at those times, or is it really more about that's how your body internally
just at these key times, it's like you kind of exponentially like cross a threshold and are aging.
Happy birthday to you 3 years out there.
How about it?
Speaking of aging in general, there's new research on the intermittent fasting that a lot of people are doing for the new year. I think a lot of people are doing it, and basically they're saying that these reviews are dealing with longevity. So a lot of people think that it's good for you in terms of weight loss and such, and that's why I think people do it. And so they're saying this is especially for the 18-hour fasting. And they're basically saying if you do it more regularly, you can live longer. And the reason being is that it helps with things like your blood pressure, with weight loss, but the longevity comes from the fact that when you wait to eat, it actually improves your cellular health. It forces your cells then to use their fuel and convert it to fat for energy. So it's making the cells in your body act up and work better. So that can make you live longer in turn. And so they're basically saying a lot of people are prescribing it for prevention now. Doctors are, in terms of treatments for obesity, cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. And they say it takes about 2 weeks for you to feel better because it's really tough for your body to adjust. But once you do it, the benefits are long-term and long-lasting, and you won't age in those 3 years of your life.
Perfect.
Just kidding.
How about
but
that?
You've
That's
tried it, right? That's the whole
have,
point.
yeah. So I did it more for gut health.
Yeah.
So it was more like healing from the inside out.
Yeah.
And the fasting schedule you mentioned was
18 hours.
18 hours, which is longer than I do. So my understanding is that when you're not digesting food, then you're in fasting mode. Your body has a different way of processing and resting, sort of like
using those cells.
Your metabolic using cells. So I do more like 11 a.m. ideally to 7 p.m. So not eating before 11 a.m. and not eating after 7 p.m. So that's not as long a window.
Yeah.
So
that's 8 hours.
That's an 8-hour window of eating. And then,
Can you imagine 18 hours?
18 hours.
That's a long time to fast. So they're joking, like, can we just sleep that whole time? Because but
it's like, cause mine's more like 22. I think if I did the subtraction there right. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, but a way to, and I wonder if people follow that in the Mediterranean areas, because those are all the places, the blue zones where people tend to live the longest.
Probably.
Something fascinating about burping babies. I read this about this survey, and it said scientific tests.
In my mind, I just pictured a bunch of babies lined up burping in unison. Like, but you mean actually burping them?
Yeah. Actually burping them. A study of 71 moms and newborns, so not huge, but they found that babies are less likely to spit up. Get this, if you leave them alone and let them digest and spit in peace. They found that burped and non-burped babies cried about the same, which I just find shocking because that's one thing that I think
everybody thinks you're supposed to do
since the beginning of time. Well, not really, but everybody burps their baby. I mean, there's a lot of things. Should they sleep on their stomach or their back? Things have changed over the years. This one shocked me.
Did they spit up the same amount? Did it say that?
They spit up less.
Oh.
Yeah, if they were just left to digest in peace.
Well, there you go. Let them go.
Yeah.
Let them burp on their own.
Right.
They gotta burp, just like you. right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're humans too.
Trying to help them out a little.
This is interesting when it comes to babies. They're talking about postpartum, and they say, especially with moms, that's sort of part of a well check after you have kids.
Should be.
But now they're saying it really should be for fathers as well, which, a lot of moms out there are going to be like, wait a second, this is hormonal. Well, they say with fathers, the big thing is men don't always have the language as trained as a lot of women do of certain ages to talk about those feelings.
Oh.
And so they're saying, men still have things like depressive symptoms, and they don't know how to identify the signs or talk about it, their struggles. And they say, so they may have persistent sadness, loss of interest in their otherwise enjoyable activities, and trouble eating and sleeping. And so they need to have a wellness check too. They say most of the time men just throw themselves into work more and avoid the family situation, or sometimes they drink more. But they say about 5 to 25% of men are also affected by what would be considered a postpartum depression.
Interesting.
So they say check with the dudes too.
Yeah,
right?
'cause, yeah,
your life changes obviously exponentially as well.
Yeah, coping skills totally different between men and women.
Right.
But worth a check, right?
There you go.
All right.